Hey, so if you're watching this video, then becoming a millionaire is pretty important to you. So I'm gonna take you through the 3 key options of how to get there and actually give you the real practical advice, and especially based on what has worked for me and what certainly has not, and what I've seen work for so many other women around the world on how to achieve that goal. So first things first, if you were like me, then growing up, you were told to get a good job, climb the corporate ladder, and that's how you're gonna become successful. So that's exactly what I did. I got a job in finance and I started working my way up that corporate ladder. Now, this can be a great way to become a millionaire, but there's a couple of caveats because I would have had to stay for probably another decade until I reached the level that would pay me $1 million salary. And so it requires a lot of time, a lot of hustle, climbing the corporate ladder, navigating all the different dynamics of the workplace. Plus, it is completely at the mercy of your employer, whoever that is, what their budget is, what is happening in the economy. And so it's not really something in your control. So for me, corporate job, climbing the corporate ladder is definitely gonna X that one out as a reasonable route. Now, the second thing that we hear so much about is start a business. That is gonna be the engine that's gonna set you up for financial success and it's gonna make you a millionaire. But it is not the case. A business in and of itself is not guaranteed to make you a millionaire or make you financially successful at all. And I'm gonna share with you really what the differentiator is between those who are incredibly successful in business and those who are not. Because I've seen it having worked with women from all different industries, it doesn't matter necessarily what you're doing, but it matters more so how and why you're doing something. So we're gonna put a bit of a question mark over starting a business as really the route to becoming a millionaire. Okay, so what is the answer then? Well, the solution to becoming a millionaire really is about investing. Now, I'm not talking about investing in the S&P 500, although yes, investing in the stock market is absolutely crucial to building wealth and it must be part of your wealth creation journey. It's why I teach it. It's why I'm so passionate about sharing the importance and the benefits of it. But let's just say you have $1,000 to set aside every single month. If you're investing that in the S&P 500 with, let's say, an 8% return over time, it's gonna take you about 25 years to become a millionaire. So you will get there, but if you're like me, 25 years is not thrilling, it's not exciting, and it's definitely not gonna motivate me to say, okay, yay, I'm gonna be a millionaire at some point. But it's a pretty cool solution given that most people will never reach that number. So it's something you wanna keep in the back burner that yes, you definitely wanna invest, but if you wanna become a millionaire in 2026 or in a year, it's not the answer. So what I'm talking about is investing in the one asset that has infinite returns that you can 10x your results absolutely guaranteed. And that is investing in you.
Really? Me?
Now, I'm not just talking about investing in any haphazard way. Of course, that doesn't work, but it's about investing in key things that are going to move the needle in a big way and actually shift your income making potential such that becoming a millionaire in a year isn't that crazy. It doesn't seem unrealistic. And it's actually something that you can have control over. It's not something that you are at the mercy of others to control. So let's get into exactly what you must be investing in yourself to set yourself up to become a millionaire. Now, everything that I'm going to be talking about with you in this video is through the lens of what I call financial reality engineering. And it's based on the premise that you are the creator of your own financial reality and that everything around building financial freedom must start from the inside out. So it's not to say the strategy doesn't matter, but it's not the key part we need to focus on. Strategy comes next. We got to go inside first. So number one, when it comes to investing in yourself, is first to understand how the subconscious mind works. This is absolutely key because otherwise when you go on your personal development journey, a lot of it is based on just hopeful, wishing, praying, like let's fingers crossed that this whole manifestation or making more money will just work for me. But when you really understand how the subconscious mind works and how it relates in terms of law of attraction, of intentional creation, then you move from this place of hoping and wishing into absolute certainty. And in my journey, having X'd out the corporate job and having put a question mark over, is business really the route for me? The thing that really began to shift things for me, not just in my certainty around becoming a millionaire and more, but really in how manifestation works, about being in control of my own financial reality, was understanding the subconscious mind. Because it's in your subconscious mind where your beliefs are stored, including your beliefs around money. So of course, if we want to create a shift in our reality and we need to shift our beliefs, then understanding how they were programmed and how we reprogram them is really, really key. So part of this is also understanding that your thoughts create your reality. Now, this isn't just some nice quote that you're going to see on Instagram. There is a lot of truth behind it, because when you understand the subconscious mind, and we'll put a diagram up here, you realize that your conscious mind, the job of that is to visualize what you want, right? Desire, what is my intention? What do I want to create in the world? And then your conscious mind is passing that vision on to your subconscious mind, who communicates through visuals, through emotion, right? And we can't communicate it just by saying a flat affirmation. We can't communicate with it by just talking to it normally like you and I would talk to. We have to speak its language. And its language is emotion, it's visualization, it is music. So the reason it's really important to understand the subconscious mind is because when we look at our mind creating our own reality, right? Your thoughts become things. Your subconscious mind, once we understand it, will help us understand why that is more than just a nice quote on Instagram. So if you can picture our mind, right? This is a wonderful diagram of the mind that Dr. Thurman Fleet first came up with. So visualize that this is the mind, and then you have your conscious mind, which is our thinking mind. This is where we visualize. This is when we have a desire to live that really rich life. We can allow our conscious mind to conjure up, what does that mean for me? Where am I living? Who am I with? How do I feel in my body? How much money do I have in my bank account and my investing accounts? That is all your conscious mind work. And then our conscious mind can accept or reject, right? So if the economy is going to crap, your conscious mind can say, that's great, but I'm going to reject that as part of my reality. I'm not going to live the same reality as what I'm hearing on the news. And in fact, I'm going to turn the news off. All right, so this is all conscious mind stuff. Now, our conscious mind, its job is to pass over to our subconscious mind the vision that we're holding for our richest life. Now, our subconscious mind communicates in a very specific way, and it works best through emotion and through visuals. So again, this is why things like vision videos can be so powerful. Now, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, say at this very moment, are in alignment. They're in harmony and everything is good. Life is good. But when your conscious mind starts conjuring up a new idea, a new vision for life, it will start passing that over to subconscious mind. So your conscious mind has now shifted in its energy, in its vision, and now it is not in alignment with your subconscious mind, right? So now they are like oil and water trying to mix. And so initially, when you get an idea, when you get a vision, and you're trying to do your affirmations and you're doing your visualization, but nothing has changed yet, it's because there is this misalignment between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And that is okay. That is how it works. That is how it will continue to work as you continue to up level. So the key thing to understand is, firstly, this is part of the process. So it is not a sign to quit or to give up. And secondly, what to do about it. So initially, when you're trying to pass your conscious mind vision over to your subconscious mind, it is not really accepting it. It's not gelling with it because it's this oil and water mixing. And so all of a sudden, it might start to feel a bit uncomfortable when you think about this vision. It might create this internal chaos. It might create this sense of discomfort. And this is why persistence is so key. Because persistence isn't just like, you're not very good at it, it's not gonna happen for you, but stick in there, maybe one day. Persistence is, your vision has just not passed over to your subconscious mind yet. Persist with it until it does. Because once it does, your subconscious mind can then go do its magic, right? It's like this genie in the lamp. It's responsible for 95% of your results. And it can go do its magic and start bringing the opportunities and the synchronistic events into your life, have the meetings with the right kind of people, hear the right conversations, spot the right opportunities, so that you can then go and take action on it. And it's aligned action, and it feels fun and exciting and expansive. But your subconscious mind can only work with you once you've persisted with transferring that vision over to it. So if you want to become a millionaire, if you want to design this really rich life, you have to start understanding your subconscious mind and working with it and ensuring that it is receiving the message so that it can work with you and for you. Now, the second thing to invest in when you're investing in you is nervous system regulation. I will talk about this until the cows come home because it is so absolutely paramount. Now, your nervous system and your subconscious mind work very much as one, but nervous system alignment, nervous system regulation is all about what is going on internally. Now, I have seen this in my own journey, like I can almost track it, that a dysregulated nervous system, especially if you are a small business owner, if you are the main person in your business, like I am right now, I don't have a very big team, we still have a very small team around us. How I am is mirrored back to me in my business. And I've seen this in years past when I was dysregulated in my nervous system, when I was emotionally dysregulated and I didn't have the tools to help me to come back and snap back quickly. That would turn up in my business. So if I was having off months personally, my business would start having off months. And it starts to make sense when you think about it. So if you're not emotionally grounded and able to have this emotional regulation, and all of a sudden you're like up and down and you feel a bit chaotic and your emotions are all over the place, then how are you expected to turn up with the same clarity and confidence and energy in your business? And it might even look something like the schedule that you set for yourself in your business of how you're going to turn up on social media. All of a sudden you don't want to do that anymore, or you don't want to reach out to people. You don't want to send the email. You don't want to create the course anymore because you don't feel good. You're not feeling grounded. You're not feeling your best. You're not feeling regulated. Now, if that continues and that persists, of course, your business is going to have a big impact on its revenue. And so if becoming a millionaire is top priority for you today, and this is why I said business can be a great vehicle, but in and of itself, it is not. If you want to start a business and use that as a vehicle to really bring income in to make you a millionaire, emotional regulation better be at the core of those decisions. Now, the third key thing to invest in when you're investing in yourself is creating new habits. So habits are the systems that will turn everything that you know you should be doing into what you actually do. So for example, if you've been watching my videos and you know that if you want to manifest more money, like big, abundant money, and you want to live this big, abundant, rich life, then there's certain key things you have to do. And so for you, maybe you've resonated most with creating vision videos or the EFT tapping that I speak about for nervous system regulation. Now, if you want to try and install those into your life without the proper habits, they will just become something that I know I should be doing, but I never have the time to do. However, there are certain habits in your life right now that are non-negotiable. You don't even think about it. Like getting up in the morning, first thing you do is brush your teeth and then have a glass of water. These are non-negotiable. You don't even think about it. It's just on autopilot. And this is how we want to make these habits when it comes around manifesting money, making more money, and shifting to how we see money. So some examples of how this looks in my own life is I don't wait in the morning to sit down and read my affirmations. I've written them all and put them on my bathroom mirror. So first thing in the morning, I'm doing my affirmations and it's just part of my normal routine. Now, as I have a new baby who's only just a couple of weeks old, I've had to shift my routine, but I always make it after her first feed in the morning. I will steal away 15 minutes to sit down and do my daily priming. It's not always easy and it doesn't always happen exactly after the first feed, but it's something that I'm prioritizing to say emotional regulation is really key. And this is how I'm going to set this up as a habit in this new chapter of my life with this new rhythm to ensure that before my day starts, I'm investing in me first, because I know that's going to turn up in every other aspect of my life, including my business, including how I'm making money. And I'm telling you, the mirror effect of what is going on inside in how you are making money is so obvious, especially as I am with a small business. Now, as I said, financial reality engineering is all about creating your own financial reality from the inside out. So we've covered some of the key things in this video around what to do inside, right? Understanding your subconscious mind, nervous system regulation, it's so key, and installing easy habits to ensure that everything you know you should do is actually then what you do. But that isn't all. You also need some strategy behind that. So ensure that you check out this next video so that you get the full equation of the second step to take in order to really make this the year that you become a millionaire or beyond. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your key takeaways are, and I'll see you over in the next video.